Okay. Microphone on stand. Chat on stand. Butt in seat. Microphone, or not microphone, controller in hand. We'll get started in like 2 minutes. Maybe 3. Maybe we'll make it 3. 4:35 that way. And that's when we will start and continue our adventures in Island Paradise. Except not really, because there's going to be Sahagins and sea monsters and giant enemy crabs and trolls all over the place. Actually, trolls aren't on the Pit of Ill Omen. Those are cyclopes. The plural of cyclops is cyclopes, which is, they just add, instead of it being an S on the end, it's ES. It's one of the weirdest plural spellings I've ever seen in my life. But what can you do? English is weird. Hey Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you? We are just about to get started at about 4:35 Eastern Daylight Time, so about 2 minutes. Stuff like that. I'll even put it on load save game, so I'm in good shape in a minute when I start. You agree? I agree that you agree, Million. English is weird. And hello, Million. How you doing? And Yugman, hello. How you guys doing today? You are in time for the pre-game ramblings of a lunatic, aka me. I always come up with some babble to have before I even start this stuff. Really, I should be spending the time thinking of the one-liner that I'm going to say when I boot up the game. Typically, that doesn't happen. I just come up with that completely off the cuff, and it doesn't really work that well. Same thing's going to happen today. So, hope you're ready. Woke up from a nap a little while ago. That sounds nice, Conker. I could go for a nap. By the time I'm done with this, though, I won't be able to go for a nap, because then I'll ruin my sleep quality tonight. So I'm just gonna, you know, tough it out till midnight, 12:30, which is typically when I sleep. Didn't miss the beginning this time. Yes, that's right. Yep. So you get to see us stranded on an island today, as we've moved our way into Act 3. Unfortunately, you're still a bit drowsy from that nap. Yeah, I know, man. Oh, that's the worst part about taking a nap in the middle of the day, though, is you wake up and you're like, why am I still tired? I took this nap because I was tired, not to make myself feel still tired. You gotta, like, get up and stretch and wash your face and everything. It's like, oh, such a pain. Rub the sleepies out of your eyes. It's like, come on, man. So you'll finish waking up in a few minutes, take another nap. I'm down with Million's idea. If I could take another nap, I haven't taken the first one, but I would definitely take a second one. I don't know. Naps in the middle of the day are nice, though. It's nice to just refresh your energy sometimes, you know what I mean? Okay, here we go. But then you'd miss the stream. Yeah, we can't have that now, can we? No, if you needed to take a nap because you're tired, Conker, don't let me stop you. But I appreciate it either way that you're sticking around.
I don't tend to like towns, but that doesn't mean I want to see people in them suffer.
Sounds like Jinhei is ready to go and find those prisoners that they were mentioning the last time. You know, I think about it, and when I was on vacation in Florida the one time, I totally left, like, you can use a giant magnifying glass to burn a message into a piece of driftwood and then send it out to sea, and I totally did that one time when I was in Florida. I wonder if anybody found that thing. It's probably like folk art in some rich person's thing, ideally. It's like folk art in some rich person's collection now, but if you did find it, you can thank me for it later. I don't know if you're watching, but I'd like to know what your appraisal of it is, because if that's the case, you can buy it off me. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Champions of Norrath, the stream edition. Last time, we finished up our business down in the underworld by defeating Vannerhost in battle and following the orc that we've been following this whole time, that being, we found out his name, Pellis. And he headed here to the Pit of Ill Omen, probably to get more slaves for Vannerhost's vampire sex dungeon thingamajigger. And today, after being stranded here, because we got shipwrecked after following the orc here, we're going to have a look around the island and maybe see if we can find those slaves that the gentleman back at the beginning of the island mentioned. And we'll see if we can figure out a game plan once we rescue them. I would like to see where this dock goes, though. Another island? Looks like another island. Oh, boy! Oh, I know this island. This is the, looks like the solitary island from...
Yeah, that is. I just did this level, so I know.
Yeah, Steve's saying in the background that he just did this level on the, in the sequel. So apparently there was a dock that led to the solitary island at one point. And I think it's I-land, like E-Y-E-L-A-N-D, if I remember right, because it looks like an eyeball in the middle of the sea. So.
Make sure you explore the edges of it.
Oh, yeah.
But that's usually where they hide chests on returned arms.
Yeah, they just had 2 chests up on the thing there, so. Okay, well, that takes care of that mess. Let's go back to the mainland and see if we can explore around the whole island.
Was there a boss?
No. No boss. No enemies that I've seen so far, just the island itself. Listen to the stream during the nap. If you squint really hard, your character looks like a skeleton. They too. Yeah. If you look at her from up here, yeah, it kind of does. Then you get down here and you're like, oh, she has flesh and a boob window in her armor. Still a terrible idea. Will never not be a terrible idea, but I don't think of armor in terms of its sex appeal. I think of armor in terms of its armor. I know that's counterintuitive to probably what a lot of people might think when they think of old school D&D armor, but that's just me. I don't even know why I'm trying to fill the map out completely like this, but I figure, you know what? We're already here, might as well explore around. I mean, you know, what's the worst that could happen? I could run into a giant enemy crab. Probably gonna happen anyway, so I might as well just make my way around. And my diligence has been rewarded because there's a chest at the end of this area. And we got a bow from that other chest, so I'll see if that is as good as or better than the one that I have. We're probably going to have to go into some sea caves there, ladies and gentlemen, by the looks of things. Let me let the waves carry me back a little bit. There we go. Of course, with the water effects and everything, I'm going to run into a little bit of frame dropping, but it's to be expected. It's not a huge deal. Oh, I missed this chest last time when I was coming this way. Okay. A little extra money to add to our stockpile. It's a wonder the 320,000 gold that I have sitting in my inventory isn't weighing me down at this point. Not that we can solve that anytime soon, though. We kind of have to find the people that live here before they can offer up their shop services to me. So. Oh, there goes my TV. Now it's just the scan line instead of the scan line and everything else. So, let me see what we got, actually. I was going to say, where the hell did the music go? It stopped there. But we did, in fact, find a better bow finally. So I don't have to go ahead and buy that. That is a lot better than the compound bow that we've been using for ever and ever. It's only got 1 slot in it, but I'll take the stat boost over anything else for now. What do I want to stick in that thing? Probably just health regen, I think. Well, maybe mana regen would be better since I'm using, cold arrow all the time when I'm using my bow. But then again, we are getting regeneration very soon, so I don't need mana regen as badly as I need health regen. So, let's do health regen. Let's stick that bad boy in there. There you go. I don't have lightning damage anymore, but you know what? It'll be fine. We will make it work. Alright, let's check what's in here. Probably some sea caves. Another treasure chest. Treasure conch. Lots of healing tonics in it. Thank you. I'll take those. No shop also means no healing items that I can purchase just yet, so I have to work on that one. Let's go in the island caves and find out. Okay, Conquer, see you in a minute. Oh, excuse me, before I go in here, I'd like to take a drink, but I'm yawning, so.
All my life, and I didn't know it until just now.
I didn't hear what she said there, unfortunately. I was in the midst of taking a drink, and it was preoccupying my ears. Uh-oh. Yeah, none of that. Remember the Sahagins I was telling you about? Here they come. Of course, whetstone, I'll take that. That's another crit thing. And this one's stuck on the debris. Nice. We still killed them in one hit with a crit, so that's nice. I told you that wouldn't be a problem. Our damage output with melee weapons, that is. Wouldn't be any trouble because of the fact that I do so much damage with my, with crit. You're not going anywhere like that, son. There you go. Actually, these guys are fairly slow moving in the water, so I might be able to shoot them with arrows, too. Worth the shot, right? Shot. It's a bow. Okay, I'll stop. 142, I'll take that. Holy hell. Nope. Look at all that damage. Let's see if I can crit. No, not yet. I gotta start using crit more often with my arrows. I haven't been using it often enough. Then again, I haven't really been using my arrows that often either, so. Oops. 405. Hell yeah. We're in the big leagues now, ladies and gentlemen. Come get some, Sahagins. Actually, I don't even know if they're just Sahagins or frogmen. That's technically what they are, is frogmen, but I don't know if there's a specific, like, enemy type name. I have enemy names for all the enemies in this game that just work colloquially in my head, but they're probably all completely incorrect according to, like, what the actual names are. So. Gonna ask if this is emulated, but it runs way too smooth. Yeah, no way this is emulated there, Boudreaux, or Budreau. Sorry if I mispronounced, but yeah, it's... The Snowblind engine, from what I understand, is very finicky on an emulator. I tried to emulate it for the playthrough, and I was getting like 25 frames a second, so I wish, but no dice. And hello, Boudreaux, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are in Act 3, and we are doing buku damage now because of all of the dexterity bonuses and archery bonuses that I've got, and I've also got crit. It's all around a good time. Come here, you. Ha! I'm gonna have to start checking my arrow shots in case I get a crit. Crit cold arrow. Holy crap, that's like... I'm hoping that happens. That's for sure. Alright, what's in here? Arrows? No, that wasn't arrows. That was something else. Let's find out what that was. Not a weapon. Probably one of these things. Poison resist and tainted tiered shield. That's probably what it was. I think coarse, if I remember right, whetstones are like the second tier or something like that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but
They might be the first one.
might be the first one, Steve says. Okay.
What's the...
The sell value is 99.
This could be the first one.
So, actually, yeah, you're probably right, because usually it's like 99 and then like One of the vampire fangs that I got was worth like 399, so that had to have been at least... There's no
That had been a
checkpoint
higher
here.
level.
Yeah, higher level. There's
Higher
no
level.
checkpoint here. What do you mean checkpoint saved? Excuse me? Rondo, hello. Oh, I should probably untie that, shouldn't I? There you go.
Look out. It's a trap.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Uh-oh. Pirates, I think. It's a pirate's life for me. Wow. They're throwing like shurikens or something. No, get back here, lady. You think you're going anywhere? You're wrong. Gotcha. Gotta get the shaman-type enemies first. They're the biggest pain in the ass out of everybody. Did I get them all? I guess I did.
Me. Those slavers were using me as a pack mule to carry what was left of the town of Water's Edge over to their camp on the Western Island.
Hmm.
Suddenly, some orc pops through the portal and tells them to prepare an ambush for you. Guess they didn't prepare enough, huh?
Yeah, probably not.
Right over there is the portal to the Western Island. Be careful. The orcs are as thick as flies there.
Oh my god.
They got my poor brother Laszlo. They've driven him mad with torture trying to figure out the secret of these portals.
Oh jeez. That's not good.
Look.
Sounds like a terrible time.
You saved my life today. But if there's any way you can rescue my brother Laszlo from those slavers, I'd be grateful.
Okay.
Pretty soon they're gonna realize he can't tell them anything they want to know. And they'll... well, I'll never see him again.
We can't have that, can we?
Meet me back at Water's Edge if you can. Depending on what I can salvage from the stolen goods here, I might be able to rebuild my shop, even restock it. If you need anything, come by and I'll give you what help I can.
Cool. So now we have access to a shop. Awesome. Okay, well that takes care of that. Can I, loot all the slavers that were here? Let's find out. Probably. Once you get into Return to Arms, the gold value for stuff skyrockets. Yeah, you do. You start the game pretty poor in Return to Arms. Yeah, we've, me and my brothers have actually already played Return to Arms. Not for the stream, but for my YouTube channel. So as I've said previously, if you want to check that out, you can check right below the stream. There is a button that you can press, a panel, that leads you straight to my YouTube channel where all the VODs are, so you can check out the old playthroughs of this, the old VODs of this game, and also any other playthroughs that I've done, stream-throughs that I've done. But yeah, I've already played Return to Arms myself, so... It's actually where I started the series. I've never played this one, but I have played the sequel, and we've played the sequel probably since we were at least teenagers. So, but you are correct, though. Yeah, you start the game pretty poor in Return to Arms, and the gold value of everything in Return to Arms is very high. Although I played a lot of multiplayer for Return to Arms, so like it's even harder to budget your gold when it's multiplayer because you get enough gold for maybe a couple of people, and you got multiple people to, try to budget that out, and it's almost impossible to buy anything unless you have a single person run over all the gold or something, Rondo, what have you salvaged? Have you salvaged anything with your broken arm?
Hey, you made it back. Any sign of Laszlo?
Not yet.
I'm worried the orcs may have killed him. I managed to repair my shop. If there's anything here that could help rescue Laszlo, please let me know.
Okay, let's see what you got. Now that I got a new bow, I don't think I'll need much of anything from him, because I have this and I have this, but, can't hurt to check it out. Alright, Compound Bow, you've seen a good run, but now I'm going to have to let you go. See you later, thank you for your service. That's all the rest of this junk. Can't even compare. Still looking for better stuff that's in the 50s for the armor here. I still need a better shield as well, but we'll work on that later. We're going to probably be able to buy greater healing tonics from him now, so I can start probably selling the old ones off. Like, I might be able to just sell all of them, honestly. Let's see what he's got in the shop. We don't need any more arrows, so that's fine. What's he got down here? Level 9 gear? Well, that's not really going to suit me much for right now, but that's okay. No, that's pretty nice, though. Cast Iron Circlet of Mending, 10% health regen! You know how much I love my health and magic regen. Or mana regen, rather. So, okay, we're looking for an earring with health regen on it, and we're also looking for a ring with health regen on it. And we can buy regular healing tonics and mana vials. Okay. I will keep that in mind, so we'll hold on to the old ones then. I'm going to buy this, because why the hell not? And, yeah, we don't need any more arrows, so we'll just do that. Let's put on our new circlet. There we go. Fancy. And we'll get rid of the old helmet. Other than that, I think we're good. Honestly, I mean, we got a bunch of arrows, but we'll make use of those arrows. Don't even worry about that part. And we'll get rid of that, and we'll have a little over half of our weight covered currently, but that's because there's so many mana vials and they waste so much. I should probably just sell these greater mana vials. We'll never need that much mana. So, I'll just sell the greater ones. What the hell? We only need them for cold arrow, pretty much, so the regular mana vials will suit us just fine until we have more carry weight. So we'll just get rid of those. I'll keep the greater healing tonics, though, because those are pretty nice. So, alright, cool. That takes care of that. Now we should be perfectly ready to go. I'm going to save it, actually, and see if we can rescue Laszlo. Get the town back in order. Hopefully by the time this is all said and done. What are we playing now? Dark Cloud? Now, Dark Cloud, the dungeon basically never ends. Well, that's not actually true. I've only played the first Dark Cloud, so I can't speak for the sequel, but in Dark Cloud 1, you go through like 100 floors per dungeon, and all through there's like these artifacts that you get out of geodes and stuff, and usually they will have like a townsperson or their house or a shop, which basically you rebuild the town by going through the dungeon, finding all the artifacts on each floor, and then leaving when you're exhausted and out of potions and, you know, scraping your limbs up off the floor and all that stuff. So, definitely an interesting game, though. I might have to give it a shot for the stream at one point. Ooh, I missed a weighted axe. Okay. I just want to check, can everybody hear me okay? Okay, my levels are working fine. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't check that before the stream started, so it's always a good idea to check your levels before you start a stream like this, because you never know. You could go an hour and 19 minutes without having any commentary, but thinking you do have commentary, like I did in that one Dark Souls 3 episode. This portal appears to be damaged. So, oh, okay. I was going to say, so can I use it, or, well, it's not going to give me a choice. So the answer, I suppose, is yes. I can use it.
I've been looking for things like this all my life, and I didn't know it until just now.
Okay, I caught the second half of that one, and I didn't know it until just now, but I didn't hear the first part of it, so. Oh, Jesus Christ. Still not used to how much damage I'm doing on a crit there. Well, Patchwork Helmet of Fitness. It's probably got a health bonus on it. If I had to go out on a limb and guess. But now we can use our arrows with impunity because, well, I'm doing so much damage with them, 1, and 2, we have a shop to replenish them if we need it, so. That's a good thing. Uh-oh. Excuse me, pardon me. I should be using a cold arrow for one of these guys. Why not? We'll use it on both. My regen is high enough, so. Let's fight them up on land where we have a bit of an advantage. Can't exactly sink into the ground when it's all sand, now can you? You cannot breathe underwater. No shit, Sherlock. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. So where do we go? That looks like a path, actually. Let's have a look. Well, it is a path, but it doesn't lead anywhere. But that also means that the path that's over on the opposite side will lead somewhere. That's good. Yeah, I think just looking at my mana regen, it's not bad. It's definitely good enough to where I can go in between encounters and stuff and not worry about it, but I think we're definitely going to start investing in the regeneration perk pretty soon. Oh, hello there.
I hear you coming. Excuse me, could you please step back? You're in my sun.
And you're also naked, so maybe I should turn my gaze.
I'd be more than willing to move, but it's the whole tail thing. You have no idea what it's like. You landfolk can come and go whenever you please, but we merfolk, we're stuck in the water. And you have no idea how boring it is beneath the waves.
How boring is it, Ariel? Why don't you tell me? I know her name is Cariel, not Ariel, but might as well be Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
But you, on the other hand, could you do a little favor for me?
Like what?
I swam up here looking for shells. A conch shell, actually. If you happen to come across one, could you bring it to me? I'll reward you.
Sure. I don't like the connotations there, but sure. I'll find a conch shell for you. Though, if I may ask, madam, how is it that your hair is glued onto your breasts? That cannot be comfortable. Oh, lordy. Sometimes the designs in these games, are a little crazy. I think I'm a little bit too innocent for some of that stuff. Alright, so I think what we'll do is we'll save crit for when we fight bosses. I'll just use Cold Arrow when we're fighting mooks. So, okay, well, we can use the portal to go back now, so at least I know where to go once my trash loot capacity is full. And thankfully, the elevation change when they're jumping at me does not affect my capacity to hit them, unlike with stairs. So, whoa, back up, son. I don't know where you've been. I don't want any part of it. Oh God. No chests over here either. All right. Niece wanted to play for a while. Nice. Welcome back, Honker. Good that you went to play with your niece, though. Give her some attention. So she's good to go. Ring of Dexterity, plus 12 dex bonus. That's not bad. I'm probably still going to sell it because, I mean, my damage is plenty good enough right now, but can never hurt to have more dex, at least with an archer like this, because it would significantly affect your damage output. Whoop. Accuracy's a little off there. Okay, now I have a question. When I'm using these mana vials, do I use the smaller ones first? 14, 3. Okay, I'm just going to check. So 14 and 3 is what I've got for the mana vials. So if I go that and that, which one did I use? 2, 14. So I used the greater ones first. Okay, that's actually fine. Because, I mean, they don't sell for so much that I'm, you know, kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. But no, it's fine. I'd rather use the greater ones because that gets them out of my inventory and frees up some much-needed space for other things that weigh potentially more. Carrying around a ton of those greater ones when all we need is regular mana vials is not really ideal. Whoops. Aim's a little off there. Just a bit, though. And you'll start to notice now that we've leveled endurance that I need to take significantly less trips to the shop because I have a little bit of more endurance to fall back on. Whoa. Falcon and a greater healing tonic. Cool. Let's see. Can't use that, and that's not really very good for me right now. Cool. Well, hopefully we get one more upgrade to our both our melee weapon and our bow there before the end of the game. That would be ideal. Seagorn. Who on earth is Seagorn? That's Seagorn, all right. I don't even have to look. That's definitely Seagorn. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just run him in circles real quick. Wow. I mean, that worked okay. Slow-moving enemies, am I right? Now, don't let the fact that I ran literal circles around that guy fool you. Those Cyclops enemies are very, very challenging if you're a melee character. I just happen to have all the right tools to stun them and take them out. Cold is so busted in this game. Cold damage, it's ridiculous, man. Makes things so much easier. Not so in the sequel, because in the sequel you have to deal with cold damage not really freezing or slowing boss enemies as much, so not as helpful, but there are other options in those games to make the change, so.
I've been looking for a place like this all my life, and I didn't know it until just now.
Are you talking about the town or just like the sea? I think she said I've been looking for things like this all my life, and I didn't realize it until just now. Or a place like this. She's looking for paradise, you see. I think. At least that's what it seems like from what she said to me. I could be wrong. Well, either way, let's go see if we can find a conch shell for our mer friend that we just made. Oops. Oops. Excuse me, tree. You're gonna have to give me some room. You're working with me about as well as the walls work with me. Which is not well at all. Oops. Oh, there's a chest up here. Nice. I think I saw some arrows in there. Yep. Cool. Even less trips we have to make to the shop. Oh, aim was a little off there. And I got punished for it. But that's okay. We took care of things, so now they're all dead. Okay, we got 40 arrows left, so that's not bad. Anything good among this assortment of junk? Not really. Okay. I can deal with that. Yeah, just imagine how many cold arrows we're going to be firing off when I actually have the regeneration for it. It's gonna get obscene, man, I'm telling you. I mean, I have good regeneration now, but... And here are the giant enemy lobsters? They're not really crabs, I think. They're more like lobsters. Are you dead, or are you gonna... Okay. There we go. Either way, we'll try to handle them from afar if their pathfinding doesn't bug out like this. Stand still! There. Yeah, they can deal a lot of damage in a very small period of time because they have this, like, rapid fire claw attack where they hit and hit and hit and hit and hit, and it just doesn't really... It doesn't jive well with melee attacks unless you have the crit capacity for it, which I suppose I do because I have this. So, running a little low on arrows, so I'll start switching to melee now. Which should work just as well because of how high leveled our crit is. So, take a little more damage, but what can you do, right? I see a way out. Let's take it. Western Island. Okay. So this must be like a different portion of the Western Island, since I think that's where we teleported originally. So let's check it out. Can I see the other part from here? No, I cannot.
I've been looking for a place like this all my life, and I didn't know it until just now.
Yeah, that's what I thought she said. Okay, she's talking about looking for a place like this all her life. Hey!
Hey, you! You stay away from me! Don't open this cage! I'm warning you!
What do you mean, don't open it? Do you want to escape or not?
Alive? Ha! Of course I'm alive! No thanks to you. Death apparently avoids me like a plague, but suffering seems to like me just fine!
Hey man, don't look at me. You didn't have to sail the ship to the Pit of Ill Omen.
I can't win. I'm destined to be punished for trying to help people.
Okay, so should I just like break open the bamboo? I can probably do it with this fancy sword of mine, unless there's a key.
Key? The door isn't locked.
Oh.
There just wasn't much reason to leave until you showed up. And that's not much of a reason. Where would I have gone? This is a pretty small island, you know, and it's crawling with slavers.
Well, you could have gone back to Water's Edge, so I didn't think you were dead. You wouldn't happen to know if the slavers caught anybody named Laszlo, would you?
Well, there was some crazy human running around in chains. This used to be his cage, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's a small
Slavers
cage
were asking him all sorts of questions
for a human being.
and getting some real odd answers. I think they got tired of his squirrel talk and sent him through one of those weird gates. But I don't know which one. He's probably still alive. Somewhere.
Of course he's somewhere. We're not going to find him until the end of this whole thing, probably.
Oh, you ain't getting me out of here. I can still smell slavers on this island, and I'm not budging from this cage until the coast is clear, so to speak.
So do slavers have a distinct smell? Is it like Riku's ability to smell darkness that he got in Chain of Memories, or what? Oh boy. Okay, well there's 62 slavers to take care of, and we will work on that one. Come on then. Show me a good time. Well, that wasn't much of a good time. Did I pick up the Dwarven Cleaver? I think I did. Oh, nope, there's one. Unless that's a second one, which is a possibility. Ooh. Treasure chest and tent. Just some money, but still. Better than nothing. Better than a bomb. How many bombs have we had on this playthrough at this point? Probably like 4? That sounds about right. Ooh, another chest. Nah, 5. You can add that one to the total now. I didn't see gold, so I was like, I'm getting out of here. You know what? We're at a portal. We might as well portal back to Water's Edge and buy some stuff. Because why not? Okay, well that takes care of that. You can also checkpoint while we're here. I am on the lookout, Rondo. I'm hot on the trail to find your brother. Soon, hopefully, we will actually have found him and the rest of the people that were here. Let's sell off our trash loot. Buy some more arrows while we're here, and then we'll be good to go. There we go. And we'll sell this ring. Probably, like I said, would have been pretty good for me, but I'm more interested in finding a ring with health regen and an earring with health regen on it. So once I find those two things, we'll be in good shape. We were at 18, so there we go. Now we got 98. Perfect. There is a lot of weapons in here that I cannot use. Oh well. Tiered out padded leggings. Those are pretty good. Might have to invest in those. Rugged leather armor. Let's see. Cold resist, poison resist, fire resist, magic resist. Whole lot of nothing in the health regen department. Should have bought more while I had the chance back in the first act. But oh well. Because now I'm going to look for them for the rest of the game, and I'm not going to find any. You know how that usually goes. Well, this has health regen on it, so I guess I won't buy those leggings, so that I have a little bit of it hanging around. Okay. So that takes care of that. Let's head back towards the Western Island. See if we can take care of more slavers. Okay. Here they come. And there they go. I mean, they basically are just more orcs, so... It's not like we haven't faced this song and dance before. We can handle it. Gonna open out to a big beach and have a bunch of orcs attack me? Probably. Well, let's just keep looking around then. We'll find the edge of the land and then we'll come back on water. Or in the water, rather. This island is starting to look suspiciously like the other island, I think. Oh, hey, I found an alcove. Nice. What's inside alcove number 1? A bunch of treasure. Some gloves, I think that's what that was. We'll find out in a second. Tarnished sword. It's funny though, because there is an actual weapon in the game that's literally just called sword. Like no prefix, nothing. It's just a sword. But it's pretty good. Because it has no prefix, that actually puts it solidly in the middle of all the different types of weapons. Like there's worse prefixes that make it a worse weapon, and there's better prefixes that make it a better weapon. But if you just get one that has no prefix or nothing on it, it's about middle of the road, which is kind of funny. It's like you'd expect something that's just called a sword would not be a middle of the road weapon, but that's where you'd be wrong. Well, I mean, we got some treasure this way, but no slavers, so let's keep looking in the other direction. Excuse me, and see what we can find. Still looking for that conch shell, too. So we gotta look out for a conch shell, we gotta look out for Laszlo. And then we'll be good to go. I should probably go back to land now, since I'm kind of running out into a direction that I haven't been in yet. There we go. We'll explore in the water in a minute, once I know where the boundaries of the land are here. Once the land starts narrowing back out again, anyway, which it looks like it's about to. Sorry, got an itch on my leg. I don't want to run into a bunch of slavers while I'm in the middle of itching my leg. Be like, what the hell? Am I supposed to fight you if I'm in the middle of scratching an itch? Oh, here's more slavers. Oh, come on then. 2 hits with these guys if I get a crit in there somewhere. Ha! Oop, tarnished rapier of tainted haze, so that's a poison weapon. Looks like there's another cave here. Another island cave. Okay. Keep that in mind. Let's look around the rest of this area first, though, and see what we can find before we head back into the caves. Got a dude with an elemental weapon. That's not good. Ooh, ow, he hurts. Gotta get rid of him quick. Probably should have gotten rid of him from a distance, really. Make sure I keep an eye out for that for next time. Yeah, putting up that shield isn't really going to do you a whole lot of good when my arrows can go through your shields. There was nothing in that chest. What a rip-off. I've been gypped. Oh, well, okay then. I was gonna say, I thought I saw another guy with an elemental enchantment. Ha! Well, the elemental enchantment won't save you when I'm coming for you. What's in here? Tonic? Steel Shield of Fortitude? That might be better than the one that we have. Maybe. Might be heavier as well, but, well, you know. We'll find out in a moment. Let's see. No. Definitely not better than the one that we have. Even though it's steel. You'd think steel would be halfway decent, but 'tis not. Was not meant to be. What else we got here? Healing Tonic. Battle-worn Broadsword. Not even sure if I can equip that, actually. Maybe. Some money. And Sentry Shield. Okay, that might also be better than the one that we've got. I'm going to keep saying that about a shield until we actually find one that's better than the one we've got. 10 health bonus, 8 dexterity bonus. Well, as a shield, I mean, as in terms of its defense, it's not really that great. But as a shield with additional effects on it, that's not terrible. We'll try it. We'll give it a shot for now. Can't hurt, right? And then we'll swap it back if need be. I don't know what the hell's going on in this giant expansive beach, but I guess we'll find out in a second. I'm gonna start exploring around the water's edge here. See what I can find. Because you never know, you may actually find some treasure chests out here. Or at the very least, I'm kiting around a few enemies that I could be, you know, wrecking my face with their elemental weapons. It's usually what happens in these sorts of situations. You get an enemy that has a big enemy group with one that has an elemental weapon, and the only one in that group that you really got to worry about is the one with the elemental weapon. Another Yakatisma shield. Starting to wonder if the shields in this game are all relatively low on the defense values, but some of them just give a bunch of bonuses. Because the shields in the sequel give a lot more defense. Like, you'll get shields that have like a required level of 7 or something like that, and they're already giving you like 100 extra defense. It's nuts. But I haven't found anything like that in this game just yet. It would sure be nice, but I'm not counting on it happening anytime soon. And I think once we round this corner, yeah, we've reconnected our map of the island there. So let's go back towards wherever we were going here. Just like I said, we'll map out the whole area out here, and then we'll go inside the caves and see what we can find. Or, you know, we could just go inside of this cave because it's right here. Might just do that, actually, because there might be a conch shell in one of these caves. So we'll check it out first. Oh. That was quick. Hello.
I've been looking for a place like this all my life. And I didn't know it until just now.
Didn't expect to be immediately lambasted by slavers, but alright. It's okay, we got the health regen for it. I'll take that money, though. Thank you. Reinforced Gladius might not be bad. I'm going to switch back to Crystal Kite and Shield. I feel like that's doing us some more good. Well, it's not bad, but it's not good. Don't know if we're going to find too many swords that are better than this Elven one that I've got currently. Okay, so Sahagins and Slavers in the same cave. So it's like the other tropical cave then, basically. Oop, I just bumped the pop filter. My bad. Might be a little too low now. There we go. I got it. Just shoot somebody point blank with an arrow, man. Would probably hurt a little. Tainted leather gloves. How are we doing on weight? Okay, we've still got some weight to spare. I'm thinking level 10 endurance will be about good enough for the rest of the playthrough. Black and Iron Dirk, nice. Because that'll give us 315 carry weight. And judging by the fact that I haven't really been running too badly out of carry weight lately, I'm willing to bet that that should, I mean, just another, 30 more pounds there should do us pretty solid for the remainder of the game. Ha! Yeah, as you can see, that was from one hit. Now imagine if he did that multiple times, and you can see how this could go downhill very quickly. Let's have a look at what we got, though. Reinforced round shield of calm gives mana regen. That's not bad. If we find a shield with just health regen, I'm going to be like, okay, Crystal Kite and Shield, sorry, but I'm leaving you behind. Aim's a little off there. There we go. Uh-oh, that's not a good place to be. There we go. And we'll use one of each. Why not? There we go. I'm trying to think if it said 36 slavers when we first came into the cave, or if it dropped down to 36 after I took out those two slavers right at the start of the cave. I don't know, but I guess we can find out in a few moments. If we kill another slaver and it goes down again, I'll know for sure then. Your mid-air perilous jumps do not scare me. Had a bit of a delayed reaction there, but reinforced spiked club. Can check that out. If only it was actually spiked, I'd be like, that would be kind of cool as a weapon. Unfortunately, it's slightly too low of a level for what we're currently looking for. For a weapon to be worthwhile to me now in terms of its damage and stuff, it would probably have to be like required level. I'm going to say like 21 would be about where I'd want to be. Yes, it did drop the slaver total. There, nice. Gross. Is there two shamans in here? Yes, there is. Wow. And boy, they can run, but they're really weak to cold. Oop. Speaking of cold damage, I've got it. No, they had cold damage, and that would have been all kinds of bad for us, so thankfully it's taken care of. Okay, we've reached our carrying capacity right at the end of the cave. Surprised there's no checkpoint at the end of this cave. To keep consistency with the caves in the Fadark Forest, but oh well. So let's go back to the shop. We'll sell off all of our excess. And then we'll keep going. Let's see. So what's the big thing holding me down? Well, that sword weighed 12 pounds. So that's probably part of it. I'll buy like one more thing's worth of arrows, I think. Okay. We have 17 greater mana vials. That's what's weighing us down. So, 10 and 14 health tonics. You know what? I'll keep the health tonics. That's fine. And we're still good on gate scrolls, so we'll go from there. So let's buy one more set of these. And I was at like, how many of these? Let's look. Just to be sure. I have 5 regular mana vials. Okay. There we go. Now we're at 15. 15% mana regen. No, that's not bad. Now, if that was health regen, I'd be all over that, but it is not, so I am not. Okay, back we go. So we'll pick up that whatever, I think it was a scale mail something or another. This cave is clean. Check the island for more caves with more slavers. Okay. This house is clear. So let's go find their other houses. 3 houses? I mean, the rule of 3 says that there might be 3 houses, quote unquote, that these slavers are in, but I don't think that's the 3 houses I was referring to with that joke, so, you know. Still trying to convince myself on whether or not I want to buy that game. I don't really know, man. I never played Echoes, so a lot of the quality of life improvements, specifically the turn wheel that's in Echoes, I have not experimented with in a Fire Emblem game yet. So that means if I make a crucial mistake, I can just literally turn back time on it. I mean, you only get to use it a certain amount of times in a fight, so there's that. But I don't know, man. If I was to buy it, I'd probably record it sometime soon. I haven't tried recording Switch games yet, so I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind on it. I'm kind of on the fence because it's like there's specific things that I'd want to do that I don't think the game encourages you to do, at least from what material from it I've seen so far. Namely, I'd want to take the sword that you get as the main hero and throw it out almost immediately because I don't like using swords in Fire Emblem games with my main characters. They always get a sword, man. I know it's tradition basically at this point, but to me it's old, you know? Let me use something else. Let me use a lance. Give me my F-frame back, basically. But, so yeah, there'd be that. And I don't know, I feel like I don't know which house I would pick, but I don't feel like I would take the route that most people are taking, where they're like, I need to get all the waifus in my house. And I'm like, that goes against the teacher's oath, so I'm just not even gonna come anywhere remotely close to having romantic relationship with any of the students in the game, because that, again, goes against the teacher's oath, and that invites all kinds of trouble. So it's a troubling message to send to potential teachers in the future, you see. So we'll just avoid that whole mess. Yeah, I mean, I do like one of the quality of life things they have, which is that you can use any weapon in any class. Granted, you're not as good with some of the weapons with some of the classes because you know, have to you're locked into certain weapons that they're proficient with, but that helps, you know. Thinking of getting it, but you're not sure. Your friend has played up pretty much all of them, told you it might be his favorite so far. Heard you can only romance them after a time skip. Oh, see, that's perfect, because usually the time skip thing means that it's either like late game or like post game before you can even consider that option. So, oh god. I'm just going to preemptively pop a health potion, because they were all up in my face there. I didn't like any one bit of that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I might give it a shot. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to try recording a Switch game yet, so I do have Switch games that I want to play for the stream at some point. Super Mario Odyssey and Pokemon Let's Go have been calling my name for a little while. But we'll get to those when we get to those. Three Houses ends up being the first Switch game I record. Then I will have changed my opinion. Which, it'll happen. Because you guys know me. I change my opinion on like a week-by-week basis about these sorts of things, so... At some point, it's bound to happen for a game like Three Houses, I'm sure. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I still haven't decided what game I'm going to play after this one is over. We're going to be, picking a game from the list of stream suggestions, but that's going to be played a little later from now, basically. Like, when I do my streams, I do them in sets, right? So, like, I pick a game that I want to play, then I'll play a game that's, hang on, let me deal with this guy first. There we go. Pick a game that I want to play, then I'll pick a game that's, in this case, I'll pick a game that's high in the popularity on the list, so it's going to be Gothic 2 will be the next, will be the game after the one that I pick. Will be Gothic 2, and then after Gothic 2 could be any number of games depending on what gets picked from the list of suggestions. But I will be I'll be doing that suggestion selection live. I'll be doing it on the stream on the day that I'd normally take to do a setup. I'll still be setting up that day, don't get me wrong, but I'll also be picking the game that you guys suggested live on that same day. And that'll probably happen, I'm not thinking next week, but probably like at the beginning of the week after next, because I don't think this game is very much longer. Like I said, there's 5 acts in the game, so I'm thinking like we'll be done with it after about, I don't know, like another 7 parts-ish, something like that. If I had to guess, I could be incorrect, but we'll see. 15 slavers left. Oh, there's a couple over here. So the slavers are a mix of orcs and humans, huh? The island is clean. Nice. Okay, well, that takes care of all of the slavers out here, so now it's just the slavers in the caves. I had a feeling that was another bomb. You just start getting these preemptive, like, visions, basically. Like, I'm starting to feel like I'm Shulk or something from Xenoblade Chronicles, where you can just sort of tell when something bad is going to be lurking inside of those chests for you. Okay, in the caves. Let's see what we got in here. Probably more slavers right at the door, like last time. No. That's shocking.
I've been looking for a place like this all my life, and I didn't know it until just now.
Well, if it makes you feel any better there, Janae, after we're done with all of this, you could always come visit Limsa Lominsa. It's not exactly an island paradise, but it's pretty damn close. Wow. Okay, so that was a disease bolt that she just used, which means that these slavers are dark elves. Doesn't make a difference, but disease is not very much fun because it leaves what we have colloquially dubbed hiccups, where basically it looks like your character has the hiccups. Your character will stop in place and go, "Ugh!" Like something is eating them from the inside out, which is not exactly wrong when you're talking about a disease. So, but it's annoying because you don't want it to happen too often, because you will have to deal with it. And if an enemy is like ambushing you while you're in the middle of hiccuping, you're not going to be as well equipped to handle that enemy as you could be otherwise. So, is that a chest? Yes, it is. Nice. Take that. Come get some, man. My sword is a veritable meat grinder. that. I also got tarnished ringmail something or another. Didn't see what, but we'll see in a sec. Ward staff. That's cool. We'll need more arrows soon. Still no better shields, though. Just a little bit of a problem, but that's okay. Alright. Where are the rest of them slavers at? Probably behind these guys. Somewhere. Thankfully, the Sahagins don't seem to have a shaman-type enemy in their group. They're just sort of... I mean, I think they have different types of Sahagins. I think one of them is like a spear dude, one of them is like a small sword or something like that, but... yeah. Not as sophisticated as the Dark Elf slavers that we're fighting. So, don't gotta worry as much. And by the time I get to the... pretty much what's been happening thus far with my current level of mana regen is that by the time I need to use another greater mana vial, I've found one from the enemies. So that's a nice little balance to be in. See what I mean? Just used one and just found one, so... I have 16 arrows left, though, so I'm going to have to watch my shots a little bit. Might want to hold on to them. Actually, yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. I'll switch to melee for now. Until we've taken care of all these slavers. Then we'll see what Babak Nern can tell us. Maybe he'll be able to tell us about that Laszlo fella or the conch shell. Oh god. Gonna have to fight one of these guys, melee. Ha! Gotcha. Blade of Abrogation. I don't know what that is, but it sounds cool. What we got? A 1-slot sword with 51 attack bonus. That's not bad. Could probably throw a whole ton of things on that, really. Could be like, hey, how about attack speed, crit, and, I don't know, health regen or something like that. Matter of fact, that might not be a bad idea. It would end up being slightly worse than this, but... I think we're good where we are. If I find anything additional that I might want to, like, throw on it, I'll, like any additional items that we get that you can combine with weapons that I don't really have a particular use for, we'll throw them on it so that it can be very expensive for the shop. Oh, we have a shaman or two. Ouch. Are you dead? Yes, you're dead. You know, I'll take your disease bolt, whatever. If it means I can kill you with the next arrow, I'll take your disease bolt. Gotcha. Okay. Who else? Ah. Okay, well, I got rid of your friend there. 5 slavers left. Heavy spears? What kind of heavy spears? Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. Reinforced heavy spears. Okay. I'm not using crit. I should be using crit. We'll just save our arrows for the slavers. How about that? So that way they're not, or not the slavers, the shamans. That's what I meant. So they can't run away. That's the gist of what I was trying to get at, but my brain failed me with the word choice there. Oh well. Only 1 slaver left. Nice. And they are right here. Goodbye. Well, that takes care of that mess. Let's go back to Babak and see what he's got going on then. Okay. We could, like, gate scroll out of here, buy some arrows, and then portal closer to him. That might not be a bad idea, actually. Yeah, because we're pretty much at capacity now with her carry weight anyway. So let's just do that. We'll go with that plan. I will say this though, looking back at the chat from when I was talking about Three Houses, I think I would probably handle it the same way that I handled my blind playthrough of XCOM, honestly. Because when I did my blind playthrough of XCOM, I did it as an Iron Man. So I said, well, I'm not going to reload saves to, save characters or something like that. Like, if the character dies, I'm not going to go back for it. And I know Fire Emblem has been getting less and less... it's been getting more and more beginner-friendly in that if you make a mistake now, especially with the access to the turn wheel, I don't think it's called the turn wheel in Three Houses anymore. You can literally correct your mistakes by turning back time and trying to fix them. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the Iron Man would have a caveat of where I don't get to use that, but I kind of would want to use it because it's the first time I've ever gotten to use it in a Fire Emblem game. So I don't know how I'd handle all that. We'll have to see. Look at me talking it up like I'm actually going to purchase it. I don't know. At the rate I'm going, I might. 43, and this banded armor is 46. Okay. We can cover up again, so that's not bad. Let's see here. These have got to go. We have quite a number of healing tonics. 14 and 9, so we'll go with like that maybe for now, since I haven't really been using them all that much. We have 12 mana vials. So we need like, I'm going to buy like 4 stacks of arrows and then we'll be good. Anything else new in here that I can purchase? Forged Kite Shield, 55 defense. That's not bad. It's better than anything I've seen thus far. Let's see here. No, why not? I got the money for it. I may as well. Only time you go back on a save would likely be if one of the main characters dies. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, so I guess I can't exactly play it Iron Man like I did with XCOM. If one of the main characters dies. There's a lore reason as to why you can turn back time, so it's kind of hard to ignore. Okay, well then, maybe I'll just use it and abuse it like they want you to then, because it's a lore thing, so. Okay, Conker, go get yourself some food. We'll see you in a bit. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to need to start leveling stamina more now that I took that shield off and it's way down there. My health regen's going to suffer because of it. So I think what we'll do, since the next level will be right at 70 dexterity, so that'll be a nice rounded number, we'll start leveling 1 dexterity and 2 stamina until they are equal, and then after that we'll go back to 2 dex, 1 stamina. We'll never get to the point where we'll have to do 2 dex, 1 stamina again because we... Oh, I need to sell that stuff. We likely won't be at high enough level where we'll actually be able to do that by the end game, but yeah, that's the game plan. So, oh, I didn't check his rings to see if he has, or earrings to see if he has anything with health regen. Nope. Okay, that's fine. We will check back later then. Alright, let's use the checkpoint to save. We'll use the portal to go back closer to Bobek. So I don't gotta walk all that way. And then we'll be good. It'll be a little weird, though, for me, because usually I don't play games that close to their release date when I choose to play them for the stream. So Three Houses will be one of the most recently released games that I've ever played for the streams, or for the playthroughs, for that matter. I think the other one that was kind of close, well, originally, one of the ones that was really close was Ratchet & Clank All for One. I got it on release day, and we were going to play it, like, on release day, basically, for the streams. This is back in 2011. But that playthrough did not pan out, and we didn't end up playing and beating the game until, like, 2013, I want to say. Something like that. So, trying to think if there's anything else that I've played that was relatively recent. I don't think so, honestly. I mean, there are games that I've played that are more recent, but not, like, so close to their release date, So. it will definitely be strange for me specifically. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm always up for a new challenge. And that would, for me, that would be a challenge because it's a game that's so new that there isn't a whole lot of data on it. Although, again, I don't think I look up that much data on it if I'm playing it blind. I typically don't look at that sort of stuff. Bobik, I have killed the slavers.
You say you washed up on some other island through one of those portals?
Pretty much, yeah.
And I'll head there and rest my toes a bit. Ooh, but no swimming. I've had enough of being on the waves for quite some time, thank you very much.
Well, that's on you, man. I'm going to still go out in those waves if there's more treasure. There you go. You are free, my friend.
One last thing. I found this hidden in the bottom of the cage. I think that crazy human who had the cage before me buried it there.
What's that?
Yeah, take it. Could be important if you meet up with him again.
I mean, I can guess what it is, but...
Right, now I'm going. Oh, I'll see you back at that village on the other island when you get done, you know, killing everything here in the pit.
I mean, that is what I'm going to do, yes. Other than, you know, the other people. Gotta kill all the orc slavers, man. Meet with Bobik. He may have something more for you on the island of 10,000 knives. Okay. What did he give me, anyway? Just said he gave me something. Cell key. I don't know what good that's going to do me right now, but okay. So I guess we're going back to the island, then. Alright, then. Let's see what he's got in store for me. Might be a little bit weird, though, if I decided to play Three Houses right after this. I don't know if it'd be weird. That might be the wrong word. It would be, like, kind of a similar thing over again, because I do like using lances, but I also like using bows in Fire Emblem games if I get access to an avatar character. And there is no class, at least as far as I know, in Three Houses that can use lances and bows together. Actually, that might not be true. There might be one, but they're either heavily armored, which I don't like, or they're... Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I haven't liked generals since Awakening's generals. They've been not my cup of tea. I don't want to be on horseback, though, if I was to do it. I would... Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if I was to play Three Houses, I would want to be eventually be a sniper class with lance sub-proficiency. So I'd probably want to pick a class that gets lance fare and equip that as well as bow fare, if that's a possibility. I don't know if you can equip two fares in that game. I know you can equip them in other Awakening-esque games, but yeah, I don't know. And I know snipers get bow fare, so I wouldn't be worried about that. I'd be more worried about lance fare.
I was combing the beach, and look what I found. A beautiful shell. You want it? It's yours.
Sure, that's awfully generous of you for somebody who got in a shipwreck with me, but thanks, Bobik. I'll take it. Ah, the conch shell. Okay, cool. So that takes care of that. Now we can go back to Cariel and see what she's got for us for a reward if we give her her shell back. Actually, it's not her shell yet, is it? Spoiler alert for the sequel, if you haven't seen that playthrough. She's also looking for the conch shell in the sequel. She's misplaced it, if I recall correctly, and so you have to find it for her. And if this is anything like the sequel, I can imagine what she's going to give us as a reward once we give it to her. But I won't spoil it. See, that's really nice, being able to carry around. Like, I know the arrows weigh 20 pounds, but my two primary weapons currently weigh 3 pounds together. Like, that is a really nice boon. I'm almost afraid to sell the cell key, but it's... See, things that are 184 are usually quest items, I think, if I recall correctly. So you probably don't want to sell that bad boy. I'll hold on to it. But I am still going to look for dim earrings and rings. Hey, there's one. 15% health regen. I'll take it. Anything else? Nope. But there is this one, so... Thank you, sir. You will not be disappointed with your purchase, or I won't be disappointed with the purchase that I just made from your shop. Okay, so that's one earring down. Mana regen will suffer a little bit, but don't worry, we'll get the regeneration perk and we'll be golden goose. And then we need a ring, just a regular ring with health regen on it, and then we'll also be golden goose. I'm using that phrase a lot now. I only ever used it in the Yakuza 0 playthrough, and ever since Rockin' Fun made that stupid picture of Majima on the top of a Majima's head on top of a golden goose, I've been like, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's just like in my subconscious. I've been like, yeah, let's use that more often. I don't know, man. Was she at the Hidden Shore? Let's have a look. She might have been at the Hidden Shore. It seems like the place. If it's what I'm thinking, like if you go back and then there's the shoreline and then there's that cave that we couldn't go in because we can't breathe underwater. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like it. Yep, here she is. I have a conch shell for you, Carrie. Oh, here you go.
Hey, is that a conch shell? I swam up here looking for one of those, and that's a beautiful one. Could you find it in your heart to give it to me? I'll reward you.
I'm just trying to, like, think of the voice director saying, okay, I want you to sound like you're in a pornographic film when you say every single word that she says. Like, why would you? Here. Take it and stop flirting with me.
You deserve a reward. Let's see. Gold? No. Jewels? No. Magic weapons? No. Oh, I know.
Wow.
I'll give you a sea blessing.
Ooh.
It'll allow you to breathe water like it was air.
Oh, okay.
Well, as long as you're here in the pit.
Oh, okay. Well, still, that should be fairly helpful. Thank you. Bye. See you in the next game. I think. I don't know if Janae will see her in the next game, because I don't know if we'll be doing another playthrough of the sequel at any point. If we were, I'd be doing an evil side playthrough, because the original playthrough was for the good side. But that's for the future. We'll have to see if I can get my brothers together for one last hurrah before I inevitably move out of this household and am so far away from them that I can't do couch multiplayer games anymore. Ah, okay, so there are underwater levels in this game. Now, of course, because you're underwater, your melee attacks will be slowed. So, same with your draw speed on your arrows, slightly less. The velocity of the arrows is not changed, though, so that helps a little. I didn't hear what Janae said when we came in here. I was blabbing off at the mouth there. Maybe there'll be another transition where I can find out what she said. So now, pretty much because of the slowdown that happens down here, the fast speed of my weapon is almost exactly correct for what my for how quickly I can press the button. So that's nice. It does make me wonder, though, because in the sequel, there is a section of the game where you get a blessing for the underwater breathing thing in the sequel as well. And there's a section of the game, it's a challenge dungeon, where you have to... basically, you lose the blessing. So you have to collect up a bunch of items with a bunch of enemies all over the place. And you have to collect all these items while you have an air meter. So you have to go to all of those little like air bubble looking things that you can see, like the one that's back there, right over here. You have to go to all these air bubble things and refill your air supply periodically as you go through the dungeon. So It makes me wonder, are we going to lose our blessing? She did say as long as you're in the pit, you can breathe underwater, but are we going to get to a point where we have to go underwater without being in the pit? Because that would obviously change the picture a little. Welcome back, Conker. We found a conch shell after we killed all the slavers. We gave it to Cariel, the mermaid, and she gave us the ability to breathe underwater, so now we're in an underwater cave. Still trying to find that Laszlo fellow, though. No luck yet, but we're working on it, so. And there are tons of skeletons down here. So. Always a problem with these skeletons. Ow. Wow. Wow. Where you at, son? I need a healing tonic. Ha. But yeah, as if cold effects were not crazy enough on land, the effect is significantly pronounced down here as well, because, well, cold slows enemies down even more than it already did before. So if you were unsure about its ability to kill stuff or, you know, slow stuff down before, well, now it's even better than it was. Let's see here. Ah. Yeah, that shield ain't gonna save you, buddy. I love the shield piercing effect that Cold Arrow has in this game. It's so nice. We got another shield. It's an elven one, so it's probably slightly less heavy than the one that I've got. Let's see. Unfortunately, it's a buckler, so it's only got 19 on it. Tarnished banded helmet. Well, if it had the 10% health regen I have on my circlet, I'd be more happy with equipping it, but it does not. Actually, you know what I could do is I could equip those, because those will deal pretty significant amounts of damage. And I can get rid of them from my inventory. It's not like I need the money that they'll give me, so I already have so much, I don't know what to do with it, so it's just, oh, maybe they don't deal as much damage as I thought they would. Alright, well, that's fine. I'll just, you know, kill them this way. Color. Well, color me surprised. No, that's a terrible joke. What does it do? Ranger only. Okay. 7 to 11 cold damage in one slot. Required level 9. Yeah, gonna have to go with the Elven Longsword there, guys. Sorry, it's just not my cup of tea. Can I add cold damage on top of the cold damage? No. Okay. That's fine. Because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with those bone chips now. I got so many of them, it's like, well, I guess I could put it on a bunch of other trash stuff that I get. Whoops. I forgot I have these spears equipped. I guess they deal less damage than the bow, because the bow is, I have an archery bonus for the bow. I don't think there's a weapon damage increase equivalent for spears, though. There is for throwing axes in the sequel, but, well, this isn't the sequel, so. Tainted plate leggings, I'll take those. You got a shield there, friend? No? Okay. Guy behind you? Nope. Neither do you. Battle hammer. Cracked plate boots. Okay. Yeah, just pick up your feet over there because there's a lot of everything all over the floor. So let's stick that one there. Oh, okay. Those bone chips give frost burst. That's interesting. So that's why it takes up 2 slots, because it adds cold damage and a frost burst to the weapon. So that means it needs 2 slots to work. I don't have anything like that. Well, whatever. I'll just sell them as they are. They're probably worth a halfway decent amount of money. I don't know where I'm going in this cave, but...
I have too much in my pack already.
But I guess we'll make it work. And since I have too much, let's gate scroll on out of here. Am I going to get the bends when I come back out of the gate scroll? Like you do when you're normally underwater? Well, no, that's not going to happen, because normally when you're underwater, you're breathing pressurized oxygen, whereas now I'm literally breathing the water like it's air, so. At least according to what the mermaid said.
Steve, hot dog. Yes, 1, 2, mermaid.
We're eating soup, right?
Just let us sell
Yeah,
off
One
those.
should be enough.
I could probably use a couple more stocks of arrows. We got down here cracked plate boots. Nope. Tainted plate leggings, 49. These are also 49, and they have 5% health regen. So, you know where these are going. Not on me, that's for sure. Let's see, 2 of those and 13 of those. That's actually perfect. 5 of those and 17 of those. I need to get rid of this and, like, all of those. Okay, well, we'll probably find a use for this L key at some point. Okay, so 2 things of arrows, right? Yep. And then let's see if we have a ring that gives health regen. And if he does, we'll be in good shape. What's this one? Do you have poison resist? Okay. The earring is the one that I got that gives 15% currently, so. So we'll keep an eye out for 15% for our other stuff for health regen as well, but we won't prioritize it as much as finding a ring that has that health regen on it. Okay, back we go. Underwater cave at least isn't the water temple. Yeah, if it was the water temple, we'd be in trouble. That being said, that's only based on my hearsay of the water temple. I've never actually played Ocarina of Time myself. The only Zelda games I've ever played were Link's Awakening for the Game Boy and A Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo, and I have not beaten either one of them. One of these days... That day's not today, unfortunately. Ow. See, the trouble with being down here, though, with my arrows is that I'll go to, like, press it, and because we're down here in underwater, where it's, you know, obviously harder to move as quickly, I'll press it as if I was firing my arrows on land, and then, because I'm not on land, I'm underwater, I'll, ooh, nice, I didn't even see that guy. It won't fire, so I'll end up standing there looking like a fool, instead of shooting my arrows like I'm supposed to. I have found an endpoint to these sea caves. So that's good. Now I just gotta find the endpoint to the rest of the sea caves. Easier said than done. Let's see here. Feardal dagger, not bad for a dagger, but it's a dagger anyway, so it's, you know, not gonna do me any good. Tainted plate boots, those are better. We're starting to get a different look to stuff now. Plate mail, in particular, and bandit armor look a little different from some of the other stuff. Now we just need different leggings that have enough health enough defense to make up for the fact that I'm not getting 5% extra health regen out of it. But that shouldn't take too long, because at the next level we're going to gain access to regeneration. So that will help us a little bit. I'm probably, for the next level, which is coming up very shortly, I'm probably going to put 2 points in regeneration and 1 into archery, so that way when we get access to, see right there, there was another example where I would press it, and I pressed it too early for underwater, but pressed it just in time for on land. What was I saying? But yeah, once we level up to 17, if it's like I said, where you get 3 points per level starting at level 17, which I'm fairly confident that's the case, we will be able to put 1 point into all 3 of our important abilities, those being crit, endurance, and regeneration. And once we have all of those, I found another endpoint. Once we have all of those in high enough levels, we'll be in good shape. Shouldn't be too long, maybe a couple more skeletons, and then we'll be level 16, so that'll be good. And then, like I said, we just gotta look for a ring that gives us health regen instead of mana regen, and we'll be very good to go. Rusty small shield. I'm gonna start using melee attacks. I know they hurt, but can they actually hit me before I kill them, though? That's the real question, and most likely the answer is no. We're level 16. Nice. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Okay, so 1 dex and 2 stamina now for probably the remainder of our levels, really. So, and I said 1 point to archery and 2 points to regen. Oh, yeah, that's right. I can only put 1 point in regen because I only have 2 skill points. Duh! What am I thinking? Ah, well. Well, anyway, what we'll probably do then is we'll get endurance up to 10, and then we'll start leveling archery after that. So, like, we'll go archery, crit, and regeneration after endurance gets to 10. So, still looking for that Horn of Ill Omen. Don't know when that's going to be a thing, but hopefully pretty soon. Ooh, that's a fancy-looking shield. Too bad it's kind of crap. Played it on an emulator and it was kind of tough at the time. Might be easier for you now, though. Oh, Ocarina of Time. I gotcha. Right. Now you've beaten Link's Awakening on the Game Boy and Link to the Past, but you think you stopped partway in Ocarina of Time. Majora's Mask, you stopped partway as well, you think? Yeah, the Zelda games have always been something that I've been meaning to get into, but I've never gotten into them as much. I don't know. Perhaps I can remedy that since I'm doing these streams. Why am I doing that? I need to pull the map up this way so I can see. Okay, so we'll probably just go back down that other fork that we didn't go down in this path, and then we'll go down the other one. If we find a staircase, then, well, so much the better, but we'll have to walk our way back to it. I don't even know, though, man. Right now we're looking for Laszlo and or the Horn of Ill Omen, but I'll betcha Laszlo probably has the Horn of Ill Omen since we're going through all of this stuff to get to him. And I don't know if we'll get to him today, but that's okay. No substantial loss. I'm trying to stay away from that archer that's right there. Or stay out of his sight while I'm dealing with other enemies. Just come out swinging like that, the enemies don't know what to do in most cases down here. I do like the sound effects, though, with your weapons when they, like, chink off their armor like that. It's very... Like I said, the sound design in this game I found is pretty good. I mean, you know, the music is kind of... After a while, the same music for each act gets a little old, but... But yeah, the sound design for the sound effects I've found is pretty damn good. So. Hey, a claymore. Unfortunately, it's probably not the Dark Souls variant, which means it's not going to be as helpful as it could be for me. Okay, that's another cracked portal. I don't want to walk directly into that one because I imagine it'll do the same thing as the other one, where it'll just shoot me off to Bufu, Egypt, in the middle of nowhere, basically. Warren Mall. Take that. Gotta wear leather boots and a healing tonic. And a treasure. Arrows, I'll take those. That'll allow me to use those a little bit quicker. Is your normal attack speed lower because you're underwater? Does being underwater not affect attack speed? It does, in fact, affect attack speed. So my draw speed for my bow and my attack speed for my weapon is slower because I'm underwater. Thankfully, the Elven Sword that I'm using has fast attack speed because of that Misty Globe that I put on it. So that actually helps it, its attack speed be closer to what you'd normally have anyway. So I accommodated for an underwater level even though I didn't even plan on going underwater in this game. So that's nice. But yeah, it affects everything. It affects your draw speed for your bow. It affects your throwing speed for your throwing weapons, and it affects the, whatchamacallit. It also affects the, swing speed of your weapons. Your arrows, though, funnily enough, or your spells, do not have their velocity affected by being underwater. They go the same speed even though you're underwater, so... It's a little bit of a weird thing, but maybe projectiles are... I mean, I can't speak for being knowledgeable of video game programming at all. I'm not a programmer, but maybe velocity on those things is, like, independent of the other slowdown effects that they have, so it makes it more difficult to program. I don't know, man.
I have too much in my pack already.
Okay, well, that quilted armor is a little too heavy. So, let's take care of these enemies. Ha! I hit the gap there. Gonna be any more enemies that walk directly in front of him so I can't kill the arrow guy? Yep. Tainted Falcon. Can't take either of those, okay.
I have too much in my pack already.
Alright, keep your pants on there, Jenny. We'll go to the shop. And then we'll pick this stuff up after that. How are we doing on arrows anyway? I guess I could check this when I go. 63. I could use a couple more stacks. Wondering about that. Yep, you were correct in your assumption there, Conker. So. Oh, speaking of, well, actually, this is just a complete tangent from what I was saying, but I was just looking at the screen on OBS there, and I've adjusted the graphical settings a little bit because I think the contrast might have been up just a little too high on the previous streams there. So I've adjusted the contrast and the brightness a little bit to hopefully be a little bit closer to what it looks like on my actual television. So hopefully it still looks okay. I think it's fine. Honestly, I haven't heard anybody say anything, so I think that means that the difference is so small that it's not really a big deal. But, yeah. So if you noticed any changes there, that's what that's all about. I'm going to say this coarse whetstone. Oh, I can't combine it on this menu. I forgot. Well, then we'll hold on to it. That's fine. We can get rid of those, and let's get rid of these. Because I was going to combine some stuff and then get rid of the weapons once I've combined them, so. I think we'll get rid of one of those coarse whetstones. Again, I don't think we're going to need all of these effect things later on. We do need to get rid of these, though. I have 21 greater healing tonics. We can probably get rid of a few of those as well. Like, let's get rid of these.
How many effect items do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
I haven't been finding many of those at all on Return to Arms.
Yeah,
I could use some of those.
Yeah, I wish I could. I wish I could trade them to you because,
I know,
like,
really. I could use those.
Because I mean, it's like it seems like in this game they drop really frequently, and in Return to Arms they like adjusted the drop rate so that they drop less.
Some characters it seems like they drop more though.
Yeah, that's true.
Depending on what character you're playing as, it's
Yeah.
weird.
It is weird. What else we got done? Rugged Scale Mail Helmet. That's not bad.
No.
It doesn't have the health regen bonus though that circlet that I have has though. So I'm gonna hold off. Still looking for a ring with health regen on it. Let's see here. No luck, and no luck with a no luck with anything else with health regen on it either. So it's all right. We'll keep looking. We'll eventually get it. So.
Yeah, I need the same thing too on Return to Arms.
Yeah. Alright. Okay, scroll back to the sea caves and keep picking stuff up. It's in the same place. Bobik is, we rescued him just now, but he's not, he didn't open a store in this game. One of the other people that's in the Water's Edge village opened a store in this game.
Oh, this map looks exactly like the sea caves in Return to Arms.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it is a sequel that happened very soon after. Like, I think they made the sequel almost, like, exactly a year after this game came out, so I'm not shocked that there is a lot of deja vu going on here in terms of map design and enemies and everything like that. So. Okay, well, that's a dude with fiery weapons, so...
I wish I had critical hit. And return to arms.
Yeah, crit is really nice to have.
But I'm playing as a shaman and it sucks that I didn't do it.
You don't get it, unfortunately.
It sucks.
Pick up Greater Mana Vial, use Greater Mana Vial. Okay, well, we've found our way through the fork now, so now that means there's only that one left, right? That one that's back by the entrance to the cave. Okay. Ooh, I almost missed that Tarnished Battle Pick. Don't want to miss that. Alright, let's head back. We'll backtrack towards the entrance. We'll take that last fork, and then we'll go to that portal that's over here. I don't know where the hell that one's going to lead us. Probably all over the place, but, you know, not a big deal. Don't forget I had like 3 other cold effects things earlier. Yeah, that's true. I did. I had like a bunch of the skeletons down here have dropped bone chips for me, so I had like 4 at one point. Yeah, it's nuts. Like I said, there's got to have been adjusted drop rates in the sequel for effect items because you get them like candy in this game.
Some classes I've had better luck getting it.
Have you?
Yeah.
No, maybe it's different for the Wood Elf then, but I don't know. I feel like because I think there was one playthrough, and like I've only found one complete playthrough of this game on YouTube, and it was for a guy that did a Barbarian Warrior, and he was getting drops like that too in the first few episodes where he was in Fade Arc, and he was getting a lot of effect item drops from the enemies too. So I don't know, man. It's strange and crazy, and I don't know the exact rates, but
yeah, Return to Arms when I played as Barbarian Warrior, I think I got more effect items than
maybe
with other classes. I don't know. It could have just been my luck that playthrough.
Yeah, could have been. How is the weapon even on fire though? Is it magical fire? If I had to guess, yeah, I'd say it's probably magical fire. I can shoot fire arrows down here if I actually invested in fire arrow, but I did not, so not yet anyway. I don't think I ever will on this playthrough unless we did like a New Game Plus thing or something. But crit and cold arrow are pretty much all I need. Oh. Well then. Someone took my plunder. How am I supposed to plunder this plunder if you plundered my plunder already? My brain hurts. Okay. So. More skeleton, more critical hits. Tainted Tree Ant Shield of Fitness. Have I ever gotten a Tree Ant Shield? Probably have, but it doesn't sound familiar. Let's have a look at it. That might jog my memory. Oh yeah, I've got one of these before. Okay. 48 with 2 stamina bonus. That's not bad, but I already have this 55, so I think we're gonna hold on to that instead.
That sword you can't use?
Yeah, this double-handed or two-handed sword I can't use.
I can't use them either.
Yeah, sucks to suck, but you know. Beggars can't be choosers. I have a 1-pound bow and a 2-pound sword, so my carry weight is phenomenal because my weapons weigh so little. Okay, well.
My sword weighs 3 pounds.
Nice.
That's it.
Cracked light sword of some blue effect. Don't know what it is. Rusty plate gloves.
I think I have
we'll look in a second.
Light sword.
Yeah, that would make sense. A light sword.
A black and iron light sword.
Oh, battle hammers. Those are the ones that look really cool. They've got the like eagle effect on them. Unfortunately, we can't use one, so I can't show you guys. But
you know which other ones look really cool?
Which ones?
Have you got any skull hammers yet?
No, not yet. But yeah, the skull hammers look cool too because they've got like 2 large like troll skulls on the sides of them, so they're pretty cool.
Those are epic.
So. Oh, elemental effect. Use the bow and arrow. Get a mana vial, use the mana vial. Rinse and repeat, and in, 10 more hours of gameplay, we'll be done with this game. Probably. Something like that. Ooh, 2 crits in a row, nice. These guys have probably got about 300-ish HP. Maybe a little more. It's funny though. It's funny that we mentioned Legend of Zelda because here I am playing as an elf character with a bow and a sword and shield as my primary weapons. The only thing that would make me closer to Link is if the character was male, one, and if I had a hook shot. So, or if I could jump worth a damn. That would help too. Although Link needs an item to jump himself in some of the older Zelda games anyway. But yeah, as you can see, that health regen that we're getting on all of our items now, really coming in handy. Those little chip damages that I get from arrows and stuff, I don't even have to heal them anymore. Between battles, it's practically done for me. So that's pretty nice. Oh, that's a lot of enemies with effects. Alright. Well, that takes care of that. I think I'm over encumbered again.
I have too much in my pack already.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. We're at the end of the cave exit area anyway. Or we're at the end of the cave branch, rather, anyway. So, can't carry that Bardish. Can't carry those arrows. I will take the gold, though.
I have too much in my pack already.
Okay, so, one more gate scroll. We'll come back right about here. Collect up all of our loot, so... Yeah, that's true. I am also missing a green tunic, yeah. That is true. Maybe we'll get green armor by the time we're done with the game. I guess it depends on whether or not the developers here were fans of the Legend of Zelda games. We'll see. Okay. Get rid of all this stuff. Again, really like the fancy look of the battle hammers there because they're basically eagle hammers, so that's nice. I will not buy any arrows because we're going to get that set of 20 back in the cave there, so. Chain helmet of fitness, that's 43. Yeah, it doesn't have the health regen, so. And I can sell those. There we go. And I can sell 2 of those. We'll get 2 of those. We'll get 2 of those in a gate scroll, and we'll look for that ring. So, let's see, that's 10%, so that's not going to help us. It's not an upgrade anyway. Dexterity bonus, cold resist. Did I look at that ring? I think I did. Well, either way, it's not health regen, so I don't want it. Okay, so let's pick up our loot. And there was one more item, I think, out here, maybe? I feel like I went too far. Here it is, cracked battle axe. Okay. And now, let's see here. We need to go back to the fork, take a right, and then take a left. Okay. That I can do. Cave's pretty much cleared out now, though, so that should make the walk back a little bit uneventful. And then we'll see if that cracked up portal will take us someplace new that I have not been yet. Super new. Newer than you've ever seen before. Even though the game is 13 years old. Actually, longer than that. It's almost 16 years old at this point. I think we established this last time. It's legally allowed to drink. Or not drink, legally allowed to drive a car. Yeah, if it was legally allowed to drink, I'd be even older than I already am, and I'm already ancient, so, you know. Don't want to add on the years, they'll come up quickly enough anyway. And that's a funny thing, too. And this is, again, a complete tangent here, but the perception of time is always a funny thing when you talk to it about people. I'll talk to people about, like, time dilation when they're going to squish a fly or a bug or something like that, and it gets away every time. They're like, how come I can't squish this thing? It's like, well, because the bug is smaller than you. The bug perceives time differently than we do. For us, it feels like 1 second, but for the bug, it feels like an eternity. That's in addition to the fact that the bug's lifespan is significantly shorter, so every second feels like forever to it by comparison to us. It's the reason why dog years are a thing. All of that stuff is because of time dilation. And this leads into what I was talking about, because the older you get, the more time seems to move quickly, and the reason for that is because of the fact that your life, by relativity to the life that you lead from now on, has been a longer period of time. So, like, when you're 2, a year feels like forever because it's 1/2 of your current life. But when you're 22, it feels like no time at all because it's only 1/22 of your life. So it's interesting. I don't know what that has to do with going to the Ashen Plain here, but just a thought I had in my head. Figured I'd share with everyone. Time dilation. It's like talking about quantum physics, except you don't need to know super science to understand it. But we are now on a very sandy desert area with scorpions. Good. I'll bet you they're weak to cold. Oh yeah. Well, they're also weak to dying, but, you know. So is Pinwheel. I wouldn't put these things on the same level as Pinwheel. Wow. See if I can get a long-range shot. Nice. Looks like we've encountered some marauders. Oh, that's gonna get blocked. Yep. Alright, 2 of you get the hell out of here. There we go. Some desert bandits to deal with this time. Oh, he's reviving the shamans, and we can't have that. There we go. I'm on fire! But they're dead, so that's fine. We'll just go up the left side here until I find an edge, and then we'll kind of double back or something. It's probably just like every other desert, where it's just expansive and, you know, has a whole lot of nothing in it. Nothing good, anyway. Oh, these scorpions must have, like, their carapace must give them a little bit of armor class. The higher an enemy's armor value is, the more likely that enemy is to... I don't want to get hit by that. That's an explosion. Explosions are not fun for me. But, yeah, the higher an enemy's armor class is, the less likely your attacks are to hit. Although we shouldn't see too many problems with our attacks hitting because my dexterity is so obnoxiously high. So that should solve that problem for us very handily. Decomposed mummy something. I didn't see what it was there. Thank for destroying the undead. I think these guys might be undead here, but I'm not 100% sure on that. They did give me a mummy tongue, which adds disease damage. That's actually... That might not be terrible, actually. That might be pretty good, because we have access to cold damage through our arrows, so maybe adding disease damage to something with this tongue would be pretty good. And it's a high-end one, too, because it's worth 399, so I'm going to keep that instead of this whetstone and this bone chip. Misty Globe I'll want to hold on to as well. Alright, so what we're going to end up looking for by the end of this whole thing is a level 21 weapon with, like, 2 slots open, so I can stick all that stuff on there. Let's just get rid of that guy real quick. And then just do our usual stuff with the melee guys. Fight them in melee, just like the other stuff. Well, ooh, nice. Double nice. Look at them crits! Doing there, friend, but that firestorm ain't gonna touch me here. I'm too fast for you. Can't even describe how fast I am. What we got back here? Nothing! Great. Okay, well, I found a corner. So let's start heading back towards the center. Well, more scorpions. Thankfully, these ones don't have a chain. If they did, I'd be pretty well screwed. And that's why you don't want to get hit by that. Because that explosion would really mess you up if you were in the middle of a bunch of other enemies and you were trying not to, I don't know, die. So we went from being cold underwater to a dry desert. Yeah, well, at least I won't have to worry about, you know, being all wet anymore, although the humidity here is probably doing murder on my hair. But what can you do? Sometimes it just be that way. And there ain't a whole lot you can do to change it. Approach me slowly while I'm drawing my bow. That's the perfect strategy. You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir. If we all took battle tips from you, we'd all be dead. Okay. I'm just waiting for the big scorpions, man. I don't know where we're gonna find those, but I'm sure they're around here somewhere. Wonder if there's like a big scorpion in the middle of the desert, and that's why it's such a big open area, so they can let you fight big scorpion in a big open area. As usual, we'll go around the perimeter and kill all of the potential stragglers that could come up in a boss fight or something before we worry too much about the other stuff. There we go. Ooh, forge a broadaxe, I'll take that too. Nothing in there. I'll use another mana vial, why the hell not? I feel like I'm in Linari Desert. There's another multiplayer game that we did a while ago. I don't even remember if... is Crystal Chronicles out on the Switch yet? I can't recall. I feel like it got delayed again, but I could be wrong. It is out on the Switch. I might want to get on that at one point. Oh, so there are bigger scorpions. Okay. Or at least different colored ones. They seem to take the same number of hits regardless. Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Crystal Chronicles was my jam, man. Back in the day. Oh. You guys are gonna have to come over here. Sorry, I'm not gonna stand around here and fight you blindly. I will stand around here and fight these guys blindly, but... Nope. We're not reviving those guys. I don't think I'm going to go over and pick up their stuff, though. I think I'm going to wait to do that until we're ready to use another broken portal. We are not ready just yet because, well, I haven't explored the whole area yet, so we'll do that first. Hello? How you doing on carry weight? I think it still has a while before it's out. Yeah, I feel like they've been saying like the release dates that they're gonna try to push for, and then they haven't held to it. Well, that would be really nice if I could use it, but because it literally, you know how I was saying at the beginning of the thing, we need a level 21 weapon that has 2 slots open. Well, we found one, but I think it's two-handed. I don't think I can use it. That's a shame. Oh well. Well, what can you do? Those were all bad. Okay. I called it, but yeah, I'm a little upset by it because even though I called it, I'm not going to be able to use it. I didn't check how much carry weight I've got there. I will check in a moment. Let's see here. I'm going to say it was delayed, but you can't remember. I don't know, man. Okay, we're at 228 for our carry weight, so that's not too bad. Still got a little ways to go. Chain boots. Whoa. I'm sure you're pointing that thing, man. You're going to hurt somebody. What is this? A temple? Well, I found the Temple of Sand, if anything. I don't even know if there is a Temple of Sand in the Zelda games. It's just that I was going to get a level 21 bow or sword to ensure I'd get one. Yeah, that's true. I should have called it as a bow or a sword, then I would have totally gotten one. Oh well. I unfortunately don't have access to a time machine just yet, so I can't go back and tell myself to specifically say bow or sword, but... oh well. That's fine. I can probably slot in a couple of things into that, like one of those whetstones I can stick into it, and it'll be worth a decent chunk. I don't think I want to fight the scorpion melee. Yeah, they have poison effects, which are just a pain to deal with in melee range. Man, look at how big that desert is. Holy hell. Oh, okay, that was weird. You see the animation just stop mid-swing there? That was strange. Well, we've definitely got more enemies to deal with, but that's not a huge deal. Oh, I see. Okay. I was wondering, I was like, I definitely walked in those areas. Did I not explore it? But no, it's an elevation thing. The lower elevations on the map there look like they're slightly... You can barely see it because of my crit thing, but the lower elevations are slightly darker on the map there to show that the ground is slightly depressed there. Oh, okay then. Oh, well, that'll do. That'll do, Bo, that'll do. Yeah, I say we finish exploring this whole area. We'll see where that cracked portal will take us. I don't know, maybe we should go in the temple, too, before we see where that cracked portal will take us. And then maybe we'll call it a day. Tainted War Bow. Thank you. Thought the stream just lagged when you hit that pot, not the animation stopped as it did. Yeah, it probably looked like that, didn't it? Hey, Amarella, how's it going? How is Shadowbringers treating you, my friend? It is treating me like an unfair mistress because I can't play it yet. So, not that that's a bad thing. Because I'll get to it in the future. Let's get rid of the scorpion first, because them poison effects, man. I am not a big fan. Ha! Gotcha. Take that healing tonic, though. Is this another cracked portal? No, this is a normal portal. Nice. That's a good find. Oh, and these are raised up. Okay. Well, let's start looking in the middle, then, of the desert. Once we start filling out our map slowly but surely, we'll just go back to that portal when we need to sell some stuff. But now that I have access to a portal, I'm a little more keen on sticking around here, because then we can come back and go in that temple if we need to. It's not? You stopped playing before the head start for pre-ordering even ended? Oh, okay. Gotcha. I see, I see. Whoa. Wow, that guy must have gotten damaged by the scorpions or something. Stay away from me! I'm running... See, I'm running into an area where there's more enemies, and I shouldn't be doing that. I wasn't sure if you were still playing there, Amarella, because, I was your safe haven from Shadowbringers spoilers not too long ago. So I was like, well, maybe you're playing again. Never know. Some arrows that I can't pick up. You know, I might even just gate scroll. I know there's a portal right over there, but this way none of this stuff gets lost, you know. And I have 7 of them, so. Got to like level 75 and realized you were just burnt out. Ah, yeah. That makes sense, though. Being burnt out is never a fun thing, so I don't blame you for taking a break on it then. Alright, let's sell some stuff. And then we will continue. We need, like, let's see, there's arrows in the desert, so like 1 pack of arrows should be good. And I need to throw an additional effect on that thing. Man, we are carrying a lot of stuff. Look at all this crap. The warbow is pretty nice, but it's a little more heavy than the one I've got. Not that that's going to matter too much once we start getting into having 315 on our endurance. Chain boots, 45. Tainted plate boots, 47. Okay, got it. Ring of agility I can get rid of. Choker of warding I think is bugged, so we can get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We're good on that. I need 4 of those regular mana vials, a packet of arrows, and I need to throw something on that axe. So let's do that. Let's see, whetstone or bone chip? I think we'll do whetstone. I have crit if I need crit, so I'll just throw that on there. I'll only use 1 slot, so maybe we'll also stick mana regen on it. Look at that. 15,000 gold that thing's worth now, so that's pretty good. So we'll hold on to the Misty Globe, the Regen Stone, and the Mummy Tongue as options for our endgame equipment, our endgame weapons, really. I typically don't put that stuff on armor too much because, I don't know, man, the armor, I'm pretty much just concerned with its defense value. My weapons are where more of my enchantments usually go. Okay, 4 mana vials and 1 packet of arrows. And then see if he has a ring that gives me health regen, and then we'll be good. Sell this first. There we go. And then 1 packet of arrows. I was gonna say, I'm not sure if I got it, but I did see my gold move, so that means it definitely got it. Rings. Here's a ring. Dexterity bonus. Not what I'm looking for. 4 of those. Let's see here. 37% magic resistance ain't too bad, though. Nope, don't look like we need to do too much with that. Crystal axe, that's probably kind of nice. We've had those elven heavy spears, I think. Not as good as they look like they are, unfortunately. And I think we're good. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So, let's go explore more of the desert. We'll see if we can get the whole desert combed here. We probably won't enter the temple today. I'll probably use the portal once I've combed the whole desert and killed all the enemies there. And then we will work on entering the temple and then going wherever that broken portal is going to take us next time. Like I said before, the Plain of El Omen was a pretty long plane in the sequel, so I'm not shocked that it's going to be fairly long this time. It'll probably take us 2 full streams to get through the whole thing. 3 shamans. I'm totally unprepared for 3. Another decomposed mummy tongue. Actually, is that better or worse than the one that I've already got? It's the same. Okay. I'm holding someone's tongue in my inventory. Ew. Oh, well, things are popping in on the surface there. Where the hell do you think you're going? Stop running away. Okay. But yeah, what I mean by armor class is like when those arrows bounce off of the enemies there. That means that they have a higher armor class than usual. You usually don't see that as too much of a problem, though, in these games, especially as an Wood Elf Ranger, because you're leveling dexterity, which increases your capacity to hit them, even if they have armor class. So it's more of a problem in the sequel if you are, because if you're on the good side in the sequel, the first boss of, actually even on the evil side, I think, though I don't think it's as pronounced on the evil side, but both of the early game bosses have high armor class, which gives them innate capacity to just sort of block your attacks, and that's no good. So you'll like swing at them and your attacks will register, they just won't deal any damage to the enemies. It'll be like it deals 0 damage. And that's just not really good at all for you, considering you want to deal as much damage as you can. We got shamans. Okay, so we have, it looks like we've taken care of enemies over there. I can see some enemies that we've killed, so. Started playing Star Wars The Old Republic last month, though, and it's been super fun so far. Not just 1, but 2 decomposing tongues, yeah. Nice. I haven't gotten a chance to play The Old Republic. I will say this, though. I have always wanted to play Knights of the Old Republic. I've heard those games are really good, so. And they're also made by BioWare, so it'll be like playing Mass Effect before Mass Effect was Mass Effect. So that would be an interesting playthrough, I think. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. As I've said many times in the past, and will say many times in the future, there are so many games that I want to play that I will not get to most of them anytime soon. There's only so much I can do in a year's time. And it is not nearly enough to cover all the games that I want to cover. Exhausted poison gland. So we got disease damage from the mummies. Now we're getting poison damage from the scorpions. Suppose I could give myself some poison resistance with them. Poison burst. Okay, so that may even make a poisonous cloud. Excuse me. Okay, very interessante. Let's... Oh, we got shamans. Aim that a little better. There we go. My face! I'm on fire! Gate scroll. Cool. I'll take that tonic. Thank you, sir. Hey, a bow. Cracked short bow of fitness. Well, it's not a good bow, but 'tis a bow nonetheless. I'll take those arrows, though. That's a nice find. Okay, there's some dead enemies, so we've been over there. I was just saying before, I felt like I was in Linari Desert, but you know where else I feel like I am? Is the desert of sand crystals from Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. It's another thing this reminds me of. Back up, son. You don't want none of this. Nice. And actually, more to the point towards Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, there are, in fact, things in this desert that will give me money. Granted, in Ratchet & Clank, it's like easy because it's just like, I'll pick up sand crystals, take them to the hippie guy, get money. In this game, pick up trash loot, give them to the shop vendor, get money. So, a little different, but oh. I'm gonna have to go melee here in a minute. It looks like there's a temple in the middle of the desert here too, so let's check it out. Nice. That big crit cold arrow. That big crit normal arrow. Where does this one lead? Let's see. The temple is sealed. Gonna have to break a seal then. Get into that one. I didn't even see that other scorpion there. Howling Cutlass. Must have gotten that off one of the mummies. He must have ate him or something for breakfast. Oh, we haven't found these guys yet. Wow. Just get rid of them before we can revive anybody. More arrows. I'll take those. Well-built circlet. And a pick. Let's see what the Howling Cutlass is. Now that I can use. It's level 17, so it's not quite exactly what I wanted, but to make up for that fact, it has 3 open slots. Now that is a good find. Currently working on finishing the Chapter 3 of base stories for all classes. You've got 2 left on Chapter 1, but on the final planet of it for the Sith Inquisitor, and then I'll be doing Bounty Hunter. Gotcha. Nice. Making some good progress then, it sounds like, so that's good. Can't comment too much more because, again, I haven't played the game, but it sounds like you're making some good progress on everything. So, let's say we slide in a few things into this weapon just to, go from there. So first thing I definitely want to add to it is a Misty Globe, so let's slot that bad boy in there, make it quick. And then I have to see if the Mummy Tongue adds 2, it takes up 2 slots. Because if it does, it'll be a little disappointing because I can't add health regen then, but if it doesn't, well, that's not a huge loss. Let's see. It takes up 1 slot. 16 to 23 disease damage. Awesome. We are golden then. And can I add this? Yes, I can. That is an endgame level weapon right there, ladies and gentlemen. We have found the mother lode. I am glad that scorpion ate that from whoever got eaten to get this in that scorpion's gullet. I am sorry for your loss, but I am glad you did it because now I can use it for very good things. So, yeah, it may not be level 21, but it's got slots. Slots and slots for days. So once we reach the next level, which is not very far off, we will have a replacement for our current sword. Our current sword is really good. It's just, at that point, it will have outlived its usefulness. Because I will have something that does everything it does and then some. And like I said, probably going to use that all the way into the end game. Because of them slots, man. Unless we find something else with lots of slots and I managed to find more Misty Globes and stuff. Which is a possibility, but I'm not counting on it. That's all I'm saying. Whoops. Okay, just a little more of the desert to fill out, and then we'll go to the portal. Whoops. Okay. You have a friend. Your friend is also weak to cold damage. What a shock. A shock of frost. That was a joke that you'd only get if you've played this game, and considering how obscure it is, I wouldn't be shocked if there was nobody in the audience currently that's played it. I have 17 arrows left, but we are almost done filling this place out. Oh, okay, I thought you were dead. Oops. Ha! Chop your tail right off. And in a moment, we'll see if there's anything else over on the dunes here. Those are dead enemies there. Those are dead enemies there. I think we're pretty much done. Yeah, those are dead enemies there. Okay. We're done. Let's use the portal. We'll sell some stuff. We'll checkpoint and we'll call it a day. And then we'll head for the Temple of Sand, probably, next time. Back we go. Okay. First things first, though, before I go to the shop, I'm going to save the game because I don't want to, like, accidentally sell this fancy sword that I just got. You know, that would suck.
I've done that before.
Yeah, I've done that before too, and it's terrible.
Yep.
After just throwing all that stuff in there, I can't be too careful. Alright, Rondo, I got a few items to sell you this time. Do I need to buy any arrows from you? I definitely need to buy some arrows from you, so... Alright, let's just stay as far away from that sword as we can. There we go. That takes care of that, and what else we got here? We got 16 of those, 3 of those, 10 of those. So let's sell these. We can sell 1 of those. I'll hold on to this poison gland. It might be able to put it into something later. So, and we need 5 mana vials. We're good excuse me, on gate scrolls, and I need about 4 things of arrows, and then we'll be good. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I get a ring with health regen on it? No, I cannot. Well, we got something good out of this whole endeavor anyway. So, and we also have elven leather boots here. Those are lighter than the normal boots that I've got. What have I got for these boots? Plate boots, so they're 9. The elven ones are 3. Well, no real choice there. Those are just solidly better in terms of defense and in terms of weight. So we'll put those bad boys on. There we go. Okay, let's give you the tainted plate boots, and we'll go from there. Yeah, it is the worst. Selling something really good by accident, not being able to go back is, yeah, it definitely feels bad, man. And I don't want to feels bad, man. So we'll just avoid that situation altogether at this point. But I think we're good. So now that I have not sold off the best weapon that I've found thus far in the playthrough, now all we got to do is get a level 21 bow in the future, and hopefully that will happen at some point. Doesn't have to happen here. It can happen in the next act or the act after that. But if we get a level 21 bow, we'll be good for the end game, man. But we'll worry more about the end game after we get through the Pit of Ill Omen, find Laszlo, and find the Horn of Ill Omen probably shortly thereafter. And we will try to do both of those things on the next episode of Champions of Norrath, the Stream Edition. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I will see all of you on the next one, which will happen on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good night. Let me just pause this before Jenny makes a comment about me making her wait around. She gets a little upset when she has to wait around, as you've probably heard on the streams previously, if you stuck around after my little end card rant. It's like a bonus scene at the end of a Marvel movie or something, except this one is a little more disappointing.